Okay, Adam and Eve. Are Adam and Eve literal people? Did that event literally happen in history, or is it not literal? This is a big question for a lot of Catholics, even though the Church has been clear about it for quite some time. And this was a big question for my wife as well. Now, what the Church really gives you is the option to use your conscience when it comes to Adam and Eve. It's very clear that all of the Scriptures are inspired. Adam and Eve tells us about humanity as humanity really exists. Genesis 1 through 3 just tells us basic truths. It tells us the truth that God exists, that people exist, and that people sin, and that people need a God who can forgive them and love them and accept them back. And that's what the story of Adam and Eve teaches us. I don't think anybody would doubt that sin exists. Most people don't doubt that God exists. So there's not much in Adam and Eve that is theologically new. Most people would accept that, whether they understood the story literally or not. And then in Humanae Generis, the Church teaches that you can choose to take Genesis chapters 1 through 12 literally or not. After Genesis chapter 12, we're talking about people that every historian can prove the existence of. Going back to Abraham, there's really no doubt. Adam and Eve, perhaps there's some lack of clarity there, and so the Church allows you to use your conscience. So one of two things are true. Either Adam and Eve in Genesis chapters 1 through 12 are as it literally happened, or God told a story to an Old Testament prophet in terms that he could understand, which would be non-scientific terms, so that he could see the world as God created it. Maybe God used electrons and protons and neutrons and caused a big bang, but how could someone living 4,000 years ago ever understand that? So, either it is literal events, or it's a story to convey the truth, the deeper truth about literal events. And it's really up to you to take it either way. After you get through Genesis chapter 12, you are talking about certainly real people in history, and we are a church that believes in miracles. And either way, whether you take Genesis 1 through 12 literally or not, it's Scripture, and it tells us the truth about who we are.